Okay, so we are revising the sternum. Sternum is a long plate-like bone. ठीक है, sternum is a long plate-like bone like this. ठीक है, it is an osteocartilaginous structure. Cartilaginous structure. So first point, sternum is a long plate-like bone and it is an osteocartilaginous structure. Where it is placed? It is placed at the midline of the thoracic cavity. Midline of thoracic cavity, and we can also say that it forms the floor of thoracic cavity. Sternum forms the floor of the thoracic cavity and it is placed at the midline of thoracic cavity. Now how this bone is composed of? This bone is composed of several sternal segments, and these sternal segments are called 𝙎𝙏𝙀𝙎𝙎. Just like vertebrae, this is 𝙎𝙏𝙀𝙎𝙎. So there are segments like one segment, second segment, third segment, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh segment. Now seventh segment के जो end में होता है, that is your xiphoid cartilage. This is xiphoid cartilage, and seventh segment connects with the xiphoid cartilage with the process called xiphoid process. Okay. Now this is a flat bone. So this flat bone must have how many surfaces? Two surfaces and two borders and two extremities. ठीक है. Now two surfaces would be your dorsal surface and your ventral surface. Two borders, both of these borders will be lateral borders. Why? Because this bone is present at the midline. So both of these borders will be your lateral borders, and two extremities will be cranial extremity and caudal extremity. Clear? Now we are going in the detail with these surfaces, borders and extremities. Let's start. This was the general overview of sternum. Now first we have the cranial extremity. Now cranial extremity, now I have to draw the structure again. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and xiphoid cartilage. काफी बड़ा बना है xiphoid cartilage. Now cranial extremity is made by the first sterniverty, and this first sternal vertebrae is called the manubrium, and it is also known as pre-sternum. So both of these are the same thing. So the cranial end is also known as the pre-sternum or manubrium sterni. Clear? Manubrium sterni. It is formed by the first sternal vertebrae. Now the first and the second. Now this one is the first sterniverty and this one is your second sterniverty. The first and the second sterniverty are joined by the joint, which is your diarthroidal joint. Diarthroidal joint is your synovial joint, right? So the first and the second sterniverty are articulated with the diarthroidal joint, and rest of these sterniverty are fused, which is your synarthroidal joint. Synarthroidal joint is your fused type, that is your fibrous joint. Now the number of muscles which attaches here, you have to remember the two muscles are attaches at the manubrium sterni. First is two muscles are attached here. The first muscle is sternocephalicus muscle and second one is 𝙎𝙏𝙎𝙎𝙎 muscle. Correct? So you have to remember these two muscles. First is sternocephalicus muscle and second is 𝙎𝙏𝙎𝙎 muscle. These two muscles are joined at the cranial end of the sternum. Now in the next video we will study the caudal end and borders and extremity and comparison.